How do you walk more? Well, to begin, all the things I'm about to tell you are going to be meaningless if you don't stick to it consistently, which is where habits come into play. Those who seem to be the most disciplined are not really that disciplined. The thing is, most have forged habits of doing things, and, well, if you don't have the knowledge of forming and sticking to new habits, then this video will basically be completely useless to you because you won't stick to it and you'll only be disappointed in yourself. And, well, I will be making a video on discipline and motivation and habits in the future, so look forward to that. But if you don't want to wait, read Atomic Habits by James Clear, and you'll get a really good idea about how to form good habits and avoid bad ones, and basically just stick to what you want to do. Anyway, getting into the actual topic. When can you walk? Well, first of all, you can walk after you eat. Walking after eating not only helps your digestion and insulin response, which basically means that you feel less tired and don't get those sleepy crashes after eating, but it's quite easy. Like, you just eat lunch, and then during your lunch break, if you work, you can just walk for the rest of your lunch break. For breakfast, you can do the same. Dinner, you can do the same. It's quite easy after you eat. It's just forming a habit. Another time is after waking up. This is especially beneficial because walking immediately in the morning will get you your vitamin D3 in the morning, which has been proven to be helpful in fighting against COVID, and it will also wake you up more than a cup of coffee will. And it also starts your day off well. So, another time is before sleeping. So this is like the opposite. So like right before you sleep. And walking before sleeping can serve as like sort of like a wind down system. But the thing is, this won't work if you bring like your hypersensitive stimuli / media with you on your walks. So leave them behind. And I alluded to this during the eating section, but you can walk during your work breaks. And the thing is, any time is better than no time. And last time, and some other areas where you can walk, or some other times, is when you're commuting. So when you're commuting to the gym, going to work, shopping, school, getting a cup of coffee, getting your meals, just honestly anytime really. Alright, so what about the length of your walks? The thing is, the length of your walks really depend on your own circumstances, but I would recommend a minimum of 10 minutes per walk. And if you were to walk after eating, and if you eat 3 meals a day, that would be 30 minutes of walking, so that's plenty, and it's a good starting point. You can always get more, but it's a good starting point. Length in time is also a part of the formula for like the general, like how much you walk in total distance. The other part of that is just the speed. So for speed, you don't want to like turn your walks into like a true workout, so I don't recommend like speed walking all the way. But I mean, if you choose to, you will get some bulletproof shins, like, yeah. But I think that the walk should be a time for relaxing, a time of introspection, a time of observing nature, a time of getting away from life, basically. And as you walk more and more, you may feel that you want to increase the difficulty of your walks. And I mean, you can do this either with increasing your speed, which increases the distance walked, or increasing the duration, which is the length of your walks. And I mean, both of these will increase your walking distance, so both of them are good. If you want to save time, you can increase speed. If you're not so like bogged down by time, you can choose either really. Alright, so that was honestly the simplest section. The next section is basically on specific habits or cues to help you start walking more, or just start walking. Number 1, have a pair of blank only for walking. So what do I mean? Have a pair of shoes only for walking. Have a pair of, or Just have a jacket only for walking, have pants only for walking, having a pair of socks only walking. You get the point. Like, having specific things that you use only for walking. Number 2, set up the day before. What can you do the day before? You can put your keys in your walking jacket the day before. You can bring out your walking shoes where you can see them. You can tell family members or friends that you'll be walking the next day in the morning, afternoon, evening, etc. Basically, you're making a commitment to yourself in the future. Number 3, how to increase more walking. Deliberately increase labor. And I'm pretty sure 99.99% of you will not do this because people are lazy. So, first one of these. If you don't eat in the kitchen, only bring a small portion to your room so that you'll need to walk back to the kitchen for more. And also this will also make you eat less over time. And to be honest, all of these are basically going to seem like, why would you do this? It basically seems like torture, but it helps you walk more. And I guess it just depends on how much you're willing to sacrifice. Number 2, if you have 2 bathrooms in your house or apartment, only use the one that's farthest from you. Number 3, take multiple trips when shopping. Pretty simple. Number 4, put most of your things outside of your room so that you need to walk to get them, and then remember to put them back outside of your room. So say, so for your phone, for example, so if you're not using it, you're working, put it outside of your room, and then when you need to use it, grab it, use it, and then put it back outside of your room. And number 5, use the stairs instead of the elevator. Alright, next tip. Only listen to podcasts or audiobooks while walking out if outside. I think you can also do this inside, but this gets to the next tip. The thing is, you don't want to watch anything because your attention will be diverted, and well, the chance of you getting isekai to the next life or the afterlife is exponentially high if you are distracted. So probably don't want to do that. And the next tip is only watch a specific show or YouTube when walking on the treadmill. And so these two basically give you sort of entertainment so that you're like not bored of walking, and walking doesn't become a chore, you get to enjoy things. And also it ties certain enjoyable things to walking. So like you only can watch YouTube when walking on the treadmill. That's like the only time. So you'll actually like look forward to walking because it's the only time you can watch YouTube. Next tip is to reward yourself after each walk. So you want to reward yourself with something small so that you'll keep coming back to it. And this can be used on top of like only watching YouTube, listening to podcasts. For some examples, it can be like piece of chocolate, coffee if you're doing a morning walk, refreshing water, or 0-calorie drinks. You take a shower. You can change clothes. Anything really. Next tip is to record each time you walk. Use a tally system, task recording system, or just anything to record each time you get out of the door and walk. And this basically just makes you more accountable. Another way to make yourself more accountable is make a promise to the person that you will be walking. And it needs to be someone who can readily observe if you're truly doing it or not. So like roommates, parents, whoever else you live with, people that you see going on walks, anyone who can like readily observe that you are fulfilling this. And the next tip also ties into this: walk with someone else. And this can also be the same person that you make a promise to. Next tip is to put up multiple posters asking the question, have you walked enough today? And I mean, this doesn't just only apply to walking. You can also do this for like many other habits you want to create besides walking, but this also provides more accountability. Next tip is to form an identity around walking. So don't tell yourself or other people that you are trying to walk every day or more, but say that you are walking every day. And I mean, it's like Master Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. You can also tell yourself or other people that you are a walker. Form your identity around walking. And the next tip that sort of lines in with this is to say out loud that you're going to walk today. Like verbally. Like, I am going to walk. And you'll find that this will actually increase your motivation to do the thing you're saying. I mean, this can also be used for other things as well. And the next is start out small with your goals for walking. You don't want to start off with going immediately on like 30-minute sessions, because for most people that is going to be too long. You want to start small and then build up. Most habits are built from the tiny things, from the first steps. If you want to do 100 push-ups every day, start doing 1 and then build up from there. And the last one is make a very specific plan and outline when and where you are going to walk. So what time you want to start, what time you want to get back, what route you're taking. And another part is to incorporate activities after and before your walk, so that walking becomes a part of your routine. And the thing is, for a lot of goals, we say we want things, but most of the time we never go through with them. And a lot of the times is we aren't specific about our plan. We didn't formulate a specific plan. We didn't outline. We didn't really put in the initial work for it to be done. So, to conclude, I've given you a lot of things to think about, hopefully, and to implement. And honestly, a lot of them were essentially just taking the habits of forming new habits and sticking them into walking. I don't think that it's really that hard to walk more. You just need to form a habit, or you can rely on motivation and discipline. I mean, if you do the latter, I wish you luck in trying to maintain that for years. But best of luck to those who want to walk more and not live a sedentary lifestyle.